Alright, picking up where we left off. In the last video we had found a second hyperbola that I've got right here, except it references the x double prime, y double prime plane. And we need to get it to where it references everything we've done and built, references the xy plane. The first hyperbola we did, and we'll come back to that eventually, with foci A and B. Now, that one we built in the XY plane, it references the XY plane. This one we used the foci C and B, and so we have a little different. We built it was easy to build in what we dubbed the X double prime, Y double prime plane, and now we're in the process of getting equations for this same hyperbola, but referenced in the XY plane. But to do that, we actually need to build, we need to rotate it first, and so there's kind of an intermediate step here. Okay, so we're going to build yet another plane here, and yep, I'm going to put right through this. Okay, and so this will be x prime, y prime, and notice we are specifically building this one parallel, perpendicular, however you want to think about it. So the x prime is parallel to x and y prime is parallel to y. So that then once we get this rotation done, we will simply have to translate things. Okay, so rotation, if you remember, our rotation here is this direction. We're down like this, so that'd be our theta. And we don't care what theta is, we just need to know what cosine theta is and sine theta. So we'll build a triangle. Now I'm going to build one in here, okay, if you will. And so we know that this distance, yeah, I know I marked through it here. This is 75, this point's 75 right here, and that's referencing the XY plane. And this is 200. And so then, yeah, this distance is 125 positive. And this distance here, and things are kind of out of scale, this would be minus 130. Difference between 130, well, there it is, 130, and of course then we're at 0. Okay, so I'm going to take and pull this out, and I'm going to look at a little different triangle. So I'm going to take this triangle, pull it out here, so that once again this is theta. And yes, I did make this is negative. We're going down, we're not above like we were in our example we did earlier with the ellipse. Okay, and so then now what I'm going to do is take the 125 and 130, they're both divisible by 5, so I'm going to do that just to shrink the numbers down. So 125 divided by 5 is 25. 130 divided by 5 is 26. And so then that makes the hypotenuse here the square root of 1301. Okay, and so now I've got exactly what I want. I can get cosine then of theta is simply 25 over the square root of 1301, and sine of theta is minus 26 over the square root of 1301. And we're in business, because now what we want to do is, just like we say, we want to move from referencing this hyperbola in the x double prime, y double prime plane to now having a reference in the x prime, y prime plane. And so now we now know cosine of theta, and we know sine of theta. And so now we will make a substitution. We will simply go back up here and replace x double prime with all of this, and y double prime with this. Okay, so then we will have, as it says right there, replacing x double prime. Oh, we went a little too far. So x double prime we will replace with x prime times that 25 over the square root of 1301, and y prime times minus 26 over the square root of 1301 squared, all over still that 2605.25 minus, then now we'll replace y double prime with this stuff right here. So we'll have y prime times cosine, which is 25 over square root of 1301, minus x prime times sine, which is minus 26 over the square root of 1301. All that squared, divided again by this 29,919.75. Okay. And of course, this, just real quickly, this will clean up a little nicer. We'll try to do what we can. We're going to get big numbers in the denominator, but that's all right. It still looks a little nicer. So we'll have what? All this cleans up to, I mean, it's still ugly. We're making uglier equations, but we got to get them referenced in the right place, the right plane. This is what, 3,389,430.25 minus then 26 x prime plus 25 y prime quantity squared over 38,925,594.75 equal to 1. Okay? And so now, so now we have it referenced in the x prime, y prime, and we'll pick up with from there in the next video.